by her fans right there in Detroit, who overnight joined in with Beyonce and Jay-Z dedicating their concert. The two performing over the years.
Oh. Huh? Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How is everyone doing on this beautiful, wonderful evening of a evening? Hey guys, send out any last minute texts. Tonight we're going to go over a little bit more meat and potatoes. I know that we had, the webinar the other night, and some people were like, well, give me and assess all the little this and where are we on that? And we're going to go over a little bit more details tonight on that stuff, and then we're going to, talk about, how do we move forward and how do we create that rush as we build this bad boy. So guys, send out any last minute text, all the people that you might want to get on this call. We'll get started here in just 1 minute. Let me go grab my charger because I see that my battery is not very high on this computer. So I will be right back. If anybody wants to jump in and maybe share what awesome stuff is happening in their world today, that would be a great way to spend the next minute, starting the call off in a big positive way. So I'll be right back.
Earpiece in.
I have to go get my earpiece in. Do we have any new Ellepreneurs on the line tonight that are joining us for the first time?
I'm new.
Great, welcome. Who's I'm?
Susan Newnham.
Hi, welcome. Feel free to unmute yourself and tell us your name and where you're from if you're just joining us for the first time. And you don't have to show your face on these Zooms. If you're in the middle of doing something and we can't see your face, you're not going to be docked any points. We're okay with it. But we do love to see everybody every once in a while, depending on what you're doing.
I'm new. My name's Ann Lowe from Scottsdale, Arizona. And I just started my business on Monday.
Hi, Ann. How are you tonight?
I'm awesome. So I'm very excited with the launching of my business on Monday to really capture what's going on and what else I can do to keep it growing.
Wait, what is this meeting?
Ann, you're making me laugh.
Are we all relaunching our business every Monday? Or is that just me?
Well, thanks for hopping on and introducing yourself. I'm driving, so I am not going to have my camera on, but welcome to our team Zoom, and I'm sure there's going to be some nuggets here tonight, maybe fill in some details that will help everyone, feel at ease with where we're going and what we're doing, and, if you have questions, that maybe you can get those answered tonight and see here some of the progressive things that will be happening and enjoy launching your business, as is Ann right now and the rest of us. So
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank you. And remember, as you hop on, be sure and mute your phone because we can hear everything in the background.
Ah, yes, great reminder, Ann. This is one of those calls where we do not mute the line for you. And when you come on, if you're not sure how to do it, you can always tap on your phone or click on your computer screen. And at the bottom left, you should see an option to mute yourself. Always handy to make sure you're muted.
So Jen, are you starting the call out?
Oh, I'm just keeping everybody company, Chris. Asked if there was any new people on the line. Asked them if they wanted to say hi.
You might as well start this bad boy out.
Driving, hello.
That's okay. You can do this like on demand. You don't even have to think about it. It just comes naturally.
Hey, we are super excited for all of you here. How many are on the call, Chris?
121 as of now and climbing.
That's great. So there's a few people on here that decided to invest some time in their business, which is great. And as you can see, I'm driving, just getting back from cutting some trees down. And there's lots of opportunity for people to miss these if they're busy, but if you can catch these live, I think it's fabulous. Hi, Christina, putting her baby to bed. So yeah, this is bedtime. It's a different time wherever you live, and we do try to accommodate everybody and what can work best for them. But again, the great thing about this business is do what works for you, do it around your business or around your family and your work, but do make it a priority if you want to stay plugged in. And I would just encourage everybody, especially if you're newer here or you're just getting re-engaged, to remember that it's our job by ourselves to gather the information. And if we're where we're supposed to be, you know, if we're seeking out the information, it is much easier to stay plugged in than not getting on calls, or at least not going in maybe the group page or not going in following the chats. And when you're not doing that and you're seeking someone else you're pretty much telling your sponsor, thank you for doing the work so that, you know, I don't have to stay plugged in. And most of us know when we sponsor someone and they're working and they're busy, we typically know when our elopreneurs that we sponsor are doing other things, and we try to make sure they're plugged in. But I would just encourage you to stay plugged in as much as possible. Another reason why is right now there are just a plethora of amazing changes happening. Some of them are such pertinent information that you miss a week, you miss a lot. And if you happen to miss a call, Chris does record these and he puts them on his YouTube channel, so you can rewatch them or re-listen. There is also a dial-in number, so that's something that, you know, if you do have a challenge for some reason and need a dial-in number, that is an option. But we love these calls. Chris and Ricky are really great about providing some value information, and I think tonight will be super helpful for everyone. So Chris, if you could take it away and share with us a little bit of insight for those people that maybe didn't feel like the webinar solidified what we all know and what we all know is coming, so that we're all kind of starting on the same page tonight with understanding, if you could.
Perfect.
I would love that.
First off, thank you guys. That was a perfect example of, you know, someone just basically taking it. She's done this business and created success a whole lot in her business here, that when I threw her on the spot, first off, when I said, hey, I'm going to go into the other room, she just took over and started to lead, right? And then when I basically put her on the spot, when she had zero interest whatsoever in starting the call off, she didn't freak out. She didn't like go crazy and shut down. She just basically took it and ran with it. So one, thank you, Jennifer. Congrats. And guys, we have so much value with so many people in the group that, you know, we want to hear more and more of the leaders. And we talked about on our leadership Zoom yesterday, we talked about how, you know, every week, and we're going to continue to get better at this. but we're going to have a different host every week where you're going to hear from other people and you're going to hear their perspective. You're going to hear them start the call off and maybe with some housekeeping things and all that. So Jennifer just shared that I'm going to share some. Oh my gosh. All right. Mute that out. So, many people got on the webinar the other night thinking that they're going to get all of their answers done for whatever challenges that we have. And I want to put you guys in our position for just a second. And hey guys, as you're jumping on, if you would, please mute your phone so I'm not having to go in and make sure that every single person is muted, because when you get on, if you got on late, it automatically opens you up to where you're not muted. So if you would, look at the bottom of your screen, mute your phone, and make sure that you are not someone that everyone's hearing all the background noise. So if you hear a bunch of background noise in your car or at your house, people can hear that as well. So,
hey Chris, if you
yes.
want to make me co-host real quick, I'll nuke the noise, brother.
I can. I'm sitting here doing it the whole time, but
okay, all right. I'm just off.
I'm gonna mute all, and then I've been watching and like muting every single person. I appreciate that, Ian. So, yeah, let me press this. So we'll just mute everybody. So with that, guys, there's a balance of handling and helping your team, or creating a place where you're creating a bunch of dependent promoters, right? And at the end of the day, when we start to build a network and we start to build a team, we are looking for, let's say leaders are, we use the word leaders, and sometimes, that word is so overused, but I'm going to use it in this format. We're looking for leaders, not meters. And what is a leader? Someone that just goes out and does it, whether you're holding their hand or not. Someone that just basically makes it happen, steps up to the plate, and takes action. Another component of leadership is the way that you make someone feel. Yesterday, I had posted something I saw somewhere, and I shared it. So if you're friends with me, or if you're not, look my name up. I shared it yesterday, and it was something that a guy did on leadership, and it said, it talked about responsibility. And when he talked about responsibility, he talked about it when he was in the military. One of his superior officers basically told him that we have the responsibility to stay here and basically hold off the enemy while the rest of our people get away. And he goes, what do you mean we have the responsibility? He goes, well, we have the ability to respond, which that's all responsibility is. So every single one of us have an ability, and every single one of us have the ability to respond. So with that saying, through the challenges that we have encountered, which, by the way, are going to make every single person that steps up and tackles those challenges head on, it's going to make them a better leader, right? Because they have stepped up instead of, cried, whined, or whatever you want to call it, right? And guys, there's like a balance here, and I'm going to talk about this briefly because, guys, I've been talking to, so the way that we run the team, like when we say we run the team, like this is not our business. Like your business is really not my business. Yes, it is, but it's not. It's your business, and it's your responsibility to make sure that your business grows. And a couple of weeks ago, you heard us talk about there's three elements of the business. You got the company, you have the product, and they have you. The only variable here is you. And it's how you handle challenges. And because some people have jobs, and there has been, to say the least, an enormous wait time on customer service due to all the challenges that we've encountered, we've had leaders that have stepped up and said, you know what, I'm doing this full time, or I have more time to handle this while you're at work. And I'm going to step up and I'm going to handle a lot of your issues that you might have tried to handle that might not have got resolved. And I want to be very clear that because they did that, you don't want to go to them on every single challenge from here on out because they helped you through this challenge, right? Because what I've watched, and I've watched a lot of strong, incredible people that are day after day after day after day after day having every single little challenge go to them, where some of these challenges that aren't pressing, that could be handled, like if it doesn't get handled right this second, it's not a game changer, but those could be handled via the chat or whatever. And I've heard many different things from, I tried to handle it this way and it didn't. If that's the case, I understand it. That, you know, you did lean on someone, but that does not mean that every single challenge from here on out that you go to your upline about. And I'm sharing this because it's taken an enormous amount of emotional management for myself, for Ricky, and I'm going to say for all of the diamonds and above to be safe. And I'm sure some of the platinums are handling issues as well. But guys, I know just firsthand, because when we talked earlier, like the way we run our group is we're not digging into everyone's group and trying to be the leader and try to go and, you know, be the savior for everybody and try to see. We talked about an environment originally when we started this whole thing. We talked about an environment where people can grow, where people are putting themselves in a position where they're going to have people that support them, that love them, that have their back, that really want to help them become the best versions of themselves, right? So we want to do that, and we want to be there for you, and we want to do all those things, but that doesn't mean going in and doing everything for every person, right? Like, so when we say the way we run our group is I'm talking to all of the leaders, right? And then basically they're talking to their leaders, and then those people are talking to their leaders, because the whole key is to create an environment where we lift people up. So the original vision, so when you hear us talk, and because we had so many people talk on the call last night, we really couldn't put across everything that we felt and what we heard from Larry and Taylor Thompson. But, you know, the goal, and we have been spot on, key, on point to create that environment where I believe we've created an environment where everyone feels like they have a chance to win. Where it's not just going after the big hitter, the guy that's had success in the past. And guys, we have many people in our group that are winning bigger than they've ever won in their life. So what we did is really create that environment where people can win. When we shared what we wanted to do and the environment we wanted, I think that as a team, we have done a phenomenal job of creating that environment. Because every single person that I'm in communication with, these leaders, it's unbelievable to hear their heart and how much they care about you guys, how much they love you, and they really take this in, so where when you're struggling, they feel it. So when you ask me what is a real leader, it's someone that makes their people feel like they can do more than what they believed in themselves prior to them coming on board. And we have some people that just totally believe in people and pour into people, and I'm so impressed and awed that we've attracted such amazing people to this group. Like, how in the world did that happen? And it really boils down to the energy that we put out. So with that being said, it has been an emotional challenge for these leaders that have, you know, stepped up and said, hey, I'm going to take your challenges. And I'm sharing this because when you're going to your people about a challenge, let's be very mindful of the emotional management they're going to have to do. First off, they're already, you know, upset that they have to help a problem that, you know, that you thought might have been handled already. So one, they're disappointed that the challenge wasn't handled. Because, guys, customer service wants to do the best they can. They're doing the best they can, and even with all the things they're trying to fix from the past, we keep piling in more people every week, every day. We're putting in more promoters, throwing more stuff all on the top of everything. We keep putting in more people. Congrats to you for growing your business. Awesome. But we have to also be mindful that, you know, yes, it is frustrating when these challenges occur that haven't been resolved yet. So the way that we come to our leaders about these problems make a difference on how much emotional management they have to do. So a couple recommendations I'm going to give. One, if you're one of those people that have taken on those challenges, kudos to you, because it's not like you want to do it, right? It's not like any of us want to go handle all these challenges, but stepping up and doing that, great. I want you to start taking an emotional bank account of all the incredible things that people tell you about you. Like, first off, every single one of you on this call tonight, the fact that you're on this call just says that you're committed to growing your business and you wanted to come on this call to maybe get some value that you can use to move forward. So, hey, put that in your emotional bank account. You're freaking awesome. You're doing that extra little thing that some people, guys, we have thousands of people in the team. We have 161 people on the call. So why don't every single one of you all take that one little nugget and put that into your emotional bank account? So where when you're feeling challenged or when you're feeling down over anything, you can tap into that emotional bank account and remember that thing that you're a freaking awesome superstar, right? So guys, start taking account of those things and start helping yourself focus on all the things that are great. Because guys, like, look, today I had to have that conversation with Judy, but I did not call her a couple things like, hey, Judy, can I get your feedback on how I can resolve a couple things that might not have been handled and all that? And I'm not going, you know, like customer service told me that they were going to do this. Like, guys, I'm not doing that because now I know that I'm not the only one that might have called her today. So I'm not going to go give her this whole, you know, tell her how terrible stuff is because these issues didn't get resolved. We all know that there's still some issues not resolved. So it doesn't make sense. Like, if it made sense and it made it get resolved quicker by you, Ian said the perfect example yesterday about, you know, bringing in his car to get repaired, right? That was a great analogy, Ian. But the point is that it doesn't fix the problem quicker if you go to your leader sharing the challenge in a way that sounds like a big whine session. I'm just telling you, right? So if they're nice enough to help you and step up to the plate, let's give them some positive energy so where they feel better about this whole process of moving through. And guys, this isn't just for them. It's for me too, because y'all are calling me. There's people calling me. There's people calling Ricky. There's people calling every single one of the leaders, every single person that has an organization, that has people in their group, that is having a challenge is going to somebody. So let's just be mindful as we're doing that to do it with love in a way that, because it's really not going to matter how you do it on if the problem gets resolved quicker or not. So can we all just agree to do that and try to come with our issues from a different perspective so where we can make the experience of moving through these things a little bit better? So everybody can shake their head yes. All right. So with that being said, guys, last night what we wanted to convey is that the reason why these guys were connected or like brought in or drawn to what we were doing is because of the energy and the environment that you guys have created, that we all created together, that we really have this place. And if you notice, and some people are still going to hate, and I've seen messages that people have sent people in the group, by the way, about me talking about being on the boat, like it's braggadocious or whatever, or any of that other kind of crap. And guys, honestly, I really don't give a damn what you feel or what you think. I worked my butt off to have the boat, and it doesn't mean I'm out there all day, every day playing. Today, I was on I literally went out there at 6 o'clock. I was talking to Ian. He's like, what are you doing? I said, I'm going to go just sit on the boat in the boathouse because that's where I feel great, right? I knew that I had to bring my energy up and make sure that I was going to be on point to be on this call Because again, today, guys, I dealt with a lot of challenges throughout the day today, right? So when I talk about being on the boat, and guys, I don't think we have anybody in our team. You don't see Ricky getting on this call and saying, my check was this many thousands of dollars last month, and mine was this, and look at my car, and look at my house, and look at this, and look at that. But people are still going to hate. Just going to let you know, if you want people to love you, go out there and be a failure and bitch about how good your life is or how bad it is, and all your friends are going to go on Facebook and say, oh, poor you, it's going to be better. So if you want people to love you, go out there and talk about how terrible things are, and then everybody can give you a pity party and make you feel good. But if you want people to hate on you, go out there and kick some ass. Go out there and win in a big, big way, and you're going to create some haters. That's just the bottom line, right? So, and I wanted to say that because these guys were attracted to, and they made a point of, that they didn't feel that energy of the braggadocious, look at me, look at what I've done, look at all the money we're making and all that stuff, because I don't think that's our value system. I don't think that's our core values. I don't think we have people in our group that have made people feel like that. I don't feel like, you know, first off, I don't think that's going to work over here, because if I see you doing it, I'm going to tell you you're a jerk, you know? So, you know, that's not what we're doing, guys. We're trying to create that environment where people feel, first off, most people don't believe they can make tens of thousands of dollars anyway. Can we be real? Most people can't really see past double what they're making now. So for you to get on the phone and talk about, or when you're prospecting and talk about tens of thousands of dollars, you're turning most people off anyway. Because what attracts people and why most people are working a secondary job is because they need an extra $500 a month. And I saw somebody posted it today again, but it was off of the statistics. But over 40% of the population right now are working a secondary job because, and will earn around $686 on their secondary job is what the average is. So if that's the case, and if more than 40% of the population, which is the 80% that he talks about, Larry Thompson, about having a message that is going to resonate with everyone, you don't need to be talking about tens of thousands of dollars, because most people can't visualize that anyway. But most people, when you hear Brittany Beck talk about how she just wanted to make an extra couple $100 as a school teacher, if you really want to attract a whole bunch of people, talk about how you really weren't, whatever your background is. Guys, I was a freaking horseshoer. I spent my day under a horse's butt every single day of my life in a hot, dawn barn, right? Freaking hot, bent over under a horse's butt, literally putting shoes on their feet. That's what I did for a living. So the fact that we've been able to change where we are because of this industry should help inspire people that it's possible for them. When Larry Thompson talks about himself, he still talks about himself as the long-haired hippie construction worker. Not the, I built billion-dollar companies and I am awesome and great and you can never do what I did. Because let's face it, what they did was absolutely magical. What you guys have done as a team and all the people that are winning in this team is magical. It's those little stories. It's the stories of the person making an extra $500 and they were able to save their house that is going to attract the masses. And then what will happen is we help a bunch of people do that, we're going to incubate people's minds to help them to believe that they can earn the thousands of dollars. Guys, our comp plan is this simple. You help two people go earn $500 a month, guess what? You're a thousandaire. When we shared our team vision with Larry and Taylor, they were like, that is awesome. That is the perfect messaging that attracts the masses. And they were attracted to us. So when we got on this call yesterday, it wasn't to be like, oh, we're going to have another event. You need to focus on getting to the next convention, and we're going to be announcing this. Like, guys, that's not what it was for. But it also wasn't to sit and hash about every little challenge that they already know. This is the reality. We have some challenges that are going to take a little bit of time to resolve, period. they're going to fix the problem, and then they're going to run the model, and you're going to see another little problem, and this credit card thing's not going because of this. They fix that and whatever. And John Fleming said 6 weeks is what it's going to take to really get things moving. So you might not want to hear that, but that's the reality. So if you know that's the reality, then just go, all right, well, how do I keep a positive mental attitude while we're moving forward? And I'm going to show you one little thing that he drew out that really stuck out to all of us. And guys, look, I talk to Ian every day. I talk to Ricky every day. I talk to Gavin pretty much every day. I talk to Robin pretty much every day. I talk to many of the leaders. I talk to Jen Marsh quite often. I talk to Colt often, not as much as I probably should. I talk to many, and I'm just looking at people I can see on the screen. So if I didn't say your name, it has nothing to do with you. But those are some of the people that I see that I talk to all the time. So with that, guys, a lot of these people have the mindset that they're just like, you know what? Some people are going to quit. First off, you don't own anybody on your team. And I'm going to give you one reality right now that you might not enjoy. Everyone quits. Everyone. Everyone quits. It's a matter of, do they quit 50 years from now? Or do they quit 2 weeks from now? But everybody ends up quitting. So if the reality is that everybody quits, then you don't have an emotional attachment when somebody quits. Because first off, you didn't have them anyway. We don't own our team. They're independent representatives that are joining a business because they want to change their life. So your job, if you want to keep them, is make them feel good and don't be a jerk. Like, inspire them, help them to believe that more is possible. Pour into them, love on them, be there for them, right? So with that being said, Larry Thompson was talking about when he got started in this industry, he said that he went through this period of, he said every day it expanded and expanded. He said, but negative thoughts were in his mind more times than positive. So if anybody can relate with me, I just want you to put this into place. He goes, I had no idea what I was doing in this business. I didn't know if I could be a success or not. He goes, but I was fortunate enough to start in the company the same day that Jim Rohn did. So I don't know if any of you all know who Jim Rohn is. If you don't know who he is, you need to go look him up on YouTube and start watching his freaking videos or listen to his audios, because they will change your life. They will change your business, period. And he goes, Jim Rohn goes out there and he draws on the screen. I don't know if y'all can see this. He draws a little projector, right? And then he drew a little screen. And he said that the projector is your mind, right? And he was talking about how they used to do these presentations. I don't know how, a lot of us are young, but back in the day when we would go to a presentation, there wasn't a PowerPoint. There was a slideshow. I remember when I started in this industry, we literally had these slides that you put on an overhead projector that there was a light that shined through, and it went, and it was like this big, about like that, and you flipped and put slides on the screen, and you pulled them off. And the projector only shows what you put on it. So if you put your hand on it, guess what you see on the screen? You see the shadow of your hand. But if you put the slide on there, so it could be positive or negative. And what he said is that Jim said that you have to be in control of your mind. He said that your mind is a projector that projects on a screen what you see. And he said that he would have to check himself and go, what is my screen looking at? Am I looking at all the positive crap, or am I looking at the negative crap? And he goes, most of the time I was looking at negative stuff. I was looking at all the negative crap that was going on. And he goes, so I would basically go into my mind and I would have to go, all right, well, how can I think of this from a positive perspective? And then he said this was literally a process that went on all day, every day in his life, where he literally had to slowly basically change the screen, change what he was looking at. Because guys, the mind is the only thing that you have a choice to look at things from one perspective of another. And if you go to the book, Outwitting the Devil, if you want to look at it from this, if you're a spiritual person, guess what? What if you just look at every negative thought that pops into your mind is the freaking devil? So right now, you're just serving the devil when you're having these negative thoughts. And when you're thinking positive, you're serving God. So whatever trick you need to do in your mind to be able to deal with this, No, but you don't understand. My challenges are different. Everybody's going to say the same crap. Everyone deals with the same things. We're all the same. We have a different projector, but it's our choice to look at it from another perspective. So when he did this, it made a lot of sense, and it did that little mental where I got to picture that actually changing the slide, where I get to picture it. So however you need to do to be able to assess and get to that point where you can start putting positive slides in front of your projector, just do it. So I just wanted to share that. So guys, yesterday's webinar was not supposed to be address every challenge and tell you we did this and we did this and we did this and we did this. They are making changes every single day. Things are getting better every single day, but that does not mean that everything is perfect. And that's just end of story, end of subject. We're not going to talk about this anymore. I will tell you, and we are, as leaders are talking about this, that if you come to us bitching and complaining, we're going to tell you, take a break, sit out until everything's perfect, and then come back. And we're not going to have an emotional attachment to it, because this is what we do know. If every single person left in the team, everyone, and everything is fixed from shipping, and because the company's responsibilities are two: get our checks right and get our product to the people. That's it. And has it been perfect? No, we all know that. So when that is fixed, we could go build it all over again, period. If I left, it's still going to get built again, whether I'm here or not. If you leave, it's still going to get built again, whether you're here or not. Me, Ricky, any of the leaders, it doesn't matter. Ian leaves, guess what? The company's still going to go. And the challenges will be fixed, and the company will still build. So the conversation we're having together is we're putting our freaking blinders on. And we're not going to ignore the problems and say that we don't care about that. We're just moving forward. We're bringing in new people. But guys, we are bringing in new people. We are moving forward. And we're going to go get other people that see the vision of where we're going. Where we are today is not perfect, but the vision that these guys were attracted to is freaking perfect, period. The vision of where we're going. So what I recommend every single one of us do, and I'm done after this. I'm done. I just rambled on for 30 minutes. But this is the thing. You have to have rock solid your vision of why you got started here. What is it that you want? What does that look like? And keep the end in mind. Not the challenges. Keep the end in mind. If you need to figure out how to do that, go out to your yard and go find an ant pile. And go watch where all the ants are gone. Go step on the ant pile and put stuff in front of the ant. Because what I will promise you is a freaking ant, if there's a trail of ants going up a wall, you can freaking knock the ants down, and all the ants are going to start going right up the same freaking trail. And they're going to keep going up the trail. They're going to go up the trail no matter how many times you knock it down. You can put your hands in front of it. You can put things in front of it, and the ant's going to go around you, over you, through you, whatever. They're going to do whatever they can, because the ant doesn't know. The ant only knows where it's freaking gone. I'm going to go get food. I'm going to save it up for the winter. And that's what their goal is. That's what their thing is the end in mind, where they're going, not the challenges in front of them. The ant's not looking at the challenge. The ant is looking at where it's going and what its goal and what its job is to do. So what I'm sharing with you all tonight, and the whole reason why we went over all this stuff, is a lot of you all are letting these roadblocks, letting these challenges steal your freaking dreams. And the bottom line is that if leaders, if we just basically buy into your crap and don't start telling you that you have the ability to look at it another way, then we're just letting you throw your dream away. Because the bottom line is that every single one of you all can win in this company. Every single one of you all. I mean, our lives have been changed because of this. Have there been challenges? Yes. But we're looking at the freaking end in mind. So I'm sharing that with you guys because I don't want you all to let something steal your dream. Let's look at where we're going. Let's be the ant and let's move around, over, through, and whatever we have to do with all these obstacles and go do what we're capable of doing and inspire a lot of other people that this is their time. This is their place. This is where they can win. Because whether they can win or not is the way that you make them feel. So it's our personal responsibility to inspire our people that they can do more. With that being said, I'm done. My eyes are tearing up and stuff. But guys, I really, it's on my heart because I'm seeing some people quit on their dreams, and I'm not okay with it. And, you know, talking with the leaders, these guys love you all. They love their team. They're inspired by you guys. Let's help them help you get through these challenges, and let's move forward. With that being said, I'm opening up the call to whoever wants to share.
Hey, can you hear me, Chris? Whoever was trying to talk, I couldn't hear them.
We hear you.
Yes, I can hear you, but I couldn't hear whoever that was.
All right, awesome. Hey, guys, I just want to come on for a quick second and apologize to you guys from, you know, I was the one that wanted to do this webinar due to the excitement of being at corporate and seeing what's going on behind closed doors. So I know a lot of you, you know, wanted to hear different updates. So I want to send an apology to all of you guys because that was my doing to get everybody together, all the other leaders within the company, to let you guys know what's going on behind closed doors. So I will take full responsibility for making that happen last night. On the side note, guys, we're only seeing, you know, the challenges, you know, with shipping or this and that. But reality is the company shipped out 50,000 orders last month. 50,000. Out of the 50,000, there was only about 500 that were messed up. So really, that's a small percentage, but we're looking at everything as a negative. Oh man, this ain't happening. Guys, after sitting down with Keith Halls, I mean, once you guys get to meet this guy in person, such a lovable guy, soft-spoken, and saying, Ricky, we're going to get through it all. I promise you, we're going to get through it all. And just super positive to have him here leading basically all of us now is just a huge blessing, you know? Like, whenever I'm talking to a lot of people on Zooms, you know, whenever I'm first getting to know them, I use the analogy of, hey, whenever my wife was pregnant, if she would have had quadruplets, what would have happened then? We would have all had to adjust. I would have had to find 2 babysitters, you know what I mean? I would have had to buy 4 cribs, etc. That's the same thing that happened here. Our company's growing so fast. I mean, we're the fastest growing company in the industry. Think about that for a second. The fastest growing company in the industry. And I was talking to somebody today, and I was like, do you watch sports? They go, yeah, I do. What do you watch? I watch basketball. Oh, I do too. Awesome. So going to sports, let's think about basketball here for a second, right? Usually on a basketball team, there's 2 good players. The rest of them are basically mediocre players, right? So think about this for a second. We have the trifecta now. We have 3 legend icons, whatever you want to call them, the best in the industry, that just came over here because they saw what we were doing basically off of Robert OBlan's vision. All me and Chris did was took Robert OBlan's vision and then started putting it out here to all of you guys. And then leaders and all of you guys started just coming over here. And you know, today, as I was getting ready for my daughter's volleyball game, I was a little frustrated, because whenever I first started this 8 months ago, whenever I made the decision to make that move over here, guys, I wasn't thinking about money. That was the last thing on my mind. All I was thinking about, how could I help my team win? That's it. Till this day, that's what I think about every single day whenever I wake up in the morning. How can I help you guys win? I can tell you this right now, that I lose sleep over us having issues and stuff like that. So you can get a good night's sleep. I can assure you that. I am on top of everything, and I'm very red. I'm very straight to the point, and whenever I see something that's going on that's not right, I'm going to speak my mind. And I'm always going to do that. You guys know that. So with that being said, just remember this, why you started this. There's a reason why you started this. Don't quit on yourself. Don't ever do that. I was talking to my brother today, and I haven't talked to him in a couple of years. And his words to me were like, Ricky, out of all of us, I knew that you were going to make it because you weren't going to quit. You were too driven. I was always like that ant. No matter what happened in life, I kept climbing. I kept climbing. I kept climbing. Guys, you all have it within you to win. You do, in a big way. I want you guys to go back, and some of you may leave the call right now, and that's okay. Maybe you don't need to hear this. But go back to the Bible days, whenever Noah was building that ark or that ship, whatever you want to call it, and people were laughing at him. Why were they laughing? Because they didn't think it was going to storm like the way it did. They didn't think it was going to flood. And guess what happened? They weren't laughing after that, were they? That's how I feel like where we're at right now. A lot of people are laughing. Oh, the shipping challenges, da-da-da, you ain't going to make it. We've heard this for the last 8 months, and we keep going through it, and we will rise above all of it all. I know the reason I'm here is to inspire other people and to change the whole entire world by bringing happiness to the world. Because if you look around, if you look on TV, all you see is people being negative, people being shot, people committing suicide, no matter if they're millionaires or billionaires, because people aren't happy, guys. We have a product that switches from you not being happy to being happy. And I want to build an army with all of you guys to go out here, change the whole entire world and the industry at the same time. Because whenever I die, I want to be known with my team as the people that changed the whole entire world in the industry and made it a better place. That's why I'm here. And I want you guys to understand that. Understand your why. It's not about money. It's about how many people we can go out here and impact every single day. And for any of you guys that know me, y'all know where my heart is. I got your back 100% of the time, and I'm here for you guys. With that being said, I'll pass it over to Ian.
What's up, everybody? I don't even know what to say after all that. Chris got me so fired up. I don't even know how to follow that. Y'all hear me all right? Give me a thumbs up out there. Gavin, you hear me? So I guess the only last thing that I want to add to this is I know that the people that have stepped up as leadership on this team, whether it's in this team under Chris Sueda or whether it's Brittany Beck's team, whether it's, Tony Freeman, it doesn't matter which team of people. If anybody out there doesn't think that we're not acutely aware of the difficulties that people have had because of shipping, because of not being able to get into customer service, I mean, it's amazing. And while this Zoom was going on, like John Canada reached out to me, and he's got an Elipreneur on his team that was totally frustrated because they just want to buy 2 bottles of Hemplibate, can't log into their back office, sat on hold with support for an hour and a half, you know, on a live chat to talk to no one, has been on the phone for hours and hours. Were told that they were going to be helped, and nobody helped. And so I asked John for their login information, and he gave it to me, and I just logged right into their site. Okay, I'm not making fun of that. What I'm saying is sometimes we can get ourselves so torqued up over something. It may be something as simple as not putting the little letter E in front of the numbers on your Elipreneur number to log in. I don't know. I just typed it in and the thing logged right in. Maybe support got her email. Maybe they fixed it already. I don't know. But sometimes you just got to try it one more time. Sometimes you just got to try one more time. You know, my personal order got screwed up. My Smart Ship order that I made got screwed up. So this affected me too. But look, I'll show you how I get past it, guys. Y'all see that? I ain't running out. That's my personal stash. That ain't even that's personal stash. I'm not going to run out. And if one of my local customers has a problem, I get them taken care of. And just minimize the problem. Minimize the problem. But this is what I want to share. Is I happen to be watching chat threads while this Zoom is going on and seeing people talk back and forth to each other. And there's new people. There may be somebody on this Zoom tonight that's brand new. And they don't have no idea what we're talking about. What problems? I got into something and there's problems. I got into something and there's challenges. They're brand new. And I need you and me to think about what is it, what story are we telling these brand new excited people who's decided to get involved in this thing? Are you going to be the one that steals their dream? Are you going to be the one that takes the wind out of their sails? Are you going to be the ones that kicks their feet out from under them and didn't even give a chance to even try this because we got some issues? Guys, every single company on planet Earth that ever started and grew into anything went through challenges. I've been watching YouTube videos of Mark Zuckerberg starting Facebook and having problem after problem after problem. That dude just this year was called in front of Congress, in front of the House of Commons in the UK, put on the hot seat. They still got problems. They still make mistakes. Amazon.com, everybody wants us to be like Amazon.com. It only took them 25 years to get as good as they are right now. I promise you at year number 1, they weren't dropping stuff off on your front porch with a drone. Wasn't happening. They were having problems and learning how to deal with them. Okay? It is not the fact that we have problems. It's how we deal with them. It's how we guard our mind and keep a positive mental attitude despite having challenges. Because I can promise you guys this, we're going to keep having them. This company is growing so big, so fast, we're going to keep having challenges. We get past these, we're just going to find some new ones. We're going to keep having challenges. That is life, period. So I'm asking you guys to take a deep breath, realize that this stuff happens. I was talking to Betsy the other day. We were on a walk, and I almost stepped in a big old pile of dog. And I said, it happens. Like it does. That's life, guys. What are we going to do with it? What are we going to do with it? I personally have made the decision for myself that I'm going to go build this business. I want to be the top earner in this company. I want to beat Ricky Durant. He's my sponsor. I want to beat Ricky every month. That's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to do more than Ricky Durant does every single month. I don't know how that's even freaking possible, but I'm going to try. That's going to be my goal. I'm going to go build this business. Problems, no problems. Shipping issues, no issues. Customer service, can't get through to them. I don't care. I'm going to go build this thing. That's it. And I invite y'all guys to come with me. And with that, I'm going to shut up. I'm hungry, and I'm going to go get some food.
Awesome. Thank you, Ian, for sharing. Vincent Rose, you out there? I know he's out there somewhere. Gavin, do you see him on the screen?
Yeah, he's just muted.
Vincent, can you hear me? Okay.
I'm gonna call him.
All right. Give me 1 second.
He's there.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris. Take it over for right now until Vincent gets on.
Anyone else want to? I have nothing. I'm done.
Marcy Cavanaugh. Come on, Marcy Cavanaugh. I see you out there. I was just coming through. I seen your face. Let's go. Bring it.
Oh, I mean, y'all are just on fire tonight. I don't know what else I could say to top what y'all have done. So it's kind of hard to go after y'all. I completely 1000% agree. I know the issues, I mean, they're there. I'm dealing with them, but I have not stopped working my business one bit. I know my new customers last week already have their product. You know, so I mean, it's getting better, and I love hearing that. You know, and I've had 1000% confidence the entire time that that it's going to be better. And you know, the thing about that, about my view of the issues not being there forever, and I haven't had a problem with it. I actually, even though I've had customers with issues, I've had no customers personally that have been upset about it. And I really, truly believe it's the energy you pass along to your customers when you're explaining to them. I'm like, look, I'm sorry. It's, you know, it's a brand new company. We're having issues. I mean, I tell them, I'm upfront to them, but I have complete confidence that they're going to get their product. I have complete confidence in this company, and they feel that for me, so they don't get upset. I've gotten new customers. I had 12 new customers during the first week of June that took over a month to get their products. Not the first one of them canceled. Not the first one of them got upset. And I truly believe it's the energy we're putting out. So we've got to get our mindset and the belief and stop being worked up over it, so we're not passing that along to our customers to upset our customers. Whether you're positive to your customers or not, it's all about the energy you're putting out. So whatever you're thinking, you're passing along to them, regardless of the words you're using.
Marcy, it's so cool you said that, because I was talking to somebody today about how we're sharing happiness, but we're selling the vision. We're selling belief. We're not selling coffee. Like, we have lots of things to make people happy. So we're selling the belief. So people are going to buy into your belief. So if you set the expectation, I mean, I told somebody today, it might take a month to get your product, just a heads up. I said, you're going to love it. Hooked them up with a week of samples. Guess what? They're going to be waiting for a month. They might get it in 2 weeks. It might take 3. But it's all about the expectation that you set to the customer and to the person that you're getting going. Because if you don't say anything, they're going to expect 5 to 7 days. If they get it in 2 weeks, now they're blaming you. Now you look bad. Now you're going back to the leaders going, what's wrong with the shipping? What's wrong? And all I'm going to say is, hey, were you on the Zoom last night? If you say no, I'm going to send you the replay. So, I mean, guys, just remember that. Share happiness, sell belief. That's what we're doing.
Hey, Gavin, real quick, how old are you?
14.
21, right?
Yeah.
How many promoters have you signed up?
75.
75. And are you letting these issues slow you down?
Not a bit, man. My whole team, I just rally them together. I mean, you can ask them, like, we know there's problems. And, you know, it's like, I just tell them, I'm like, look, it goes back to, I sell the team belief, because I believe in Chris and Ricky. I know they believe in Mark and Judy. I know Mark and Judy believe in Robert. And it's your job to keep everybody believing at the highest level. I mean, it's just what we're doing. And there's not been a single bump in the road where I thought to myself, man, this could be coming to an end, or man, this isn't going to get better. I mean, if my product, it took me a month and a half for an order back in May. You know what? It sucked, but I just ordered more, figured out a way around it, and look at it now. It's all okay, and it's only going to get better. So
right, and you stay excited. People buy into your excitement. It's incredible. We just got some new promoters. They haven't even got their product yet. And these people remind me of Gavin. They're better than me. They're a young couple in Florida, and they are just moving. And I let them know about the slow shipping. Are you ready? Can you deal with it? If not, don't join us yet. Wait 2 months until it's perfect, or let's do it now. We did it before, and people coming on board, guys, this is an amazing opportunity. Don't let anything slow you down. Be the first ones, the pioneers of this company. And like I said, it's crazy watching this couple, you know, way better than myself. And I never seen you out in the field, Gavin. I know you're a beast. You're doing 71 promoters, but they are talking to people, strangers, person to person, doing the uncomfortable because they want to build this. And, you know, when you see somebody else doing that, it kind of makes me uncomfortable. It's like, damn, am I doing enough? You know, like, am I talking to enough people? They're talking to coffee shop owners, doing it all. So, guys, like I said, we have the opportunity. Take advantage of it. This call right here is just to show that, you know, update shipping, yes, it's still a little bit slow, but the bigger vision, the bigger picture is we have an opportunity of a lifetime, and it's as real as it gets here, guys. God bless, and whoever wants to hop on.
All right. Thank you, Colt, for that. Thank you, Gavin. Hey,
Yeah, Ricky.
Yes.
Ricky, sorry. It's Aaron Walton speaking here in Australia. I'm not too sure if there's any Aussies on here tonight. I'd just like to give you a bit of an analogy. You are all very inspiring, and there's a game of rugby league over here. I know you fellas play gridiron over there. I'm a front rower. It's my job from our try line to run the ball up. So I get past the ball, and I don't pass it. I just run it up. I make 10, 20 meters. I get tackled. I go to the ground. I get up and play the ball. From what I've learnt in the last 9 months, I have to break my mindset of don't get tackled with the ball and pass the ball. So if I was to play rugby league again, I'd try my best to be a second rower or a lock instead of a front rower. Why? So that I don't end up tackling with the ball. I offload the ball and I make another 20 meters. I'm 38-year-old, Colt, and I started this the same time that you did, mate. You have grown in leaps and bounds. I'm just plodding along. I'm still here and I'm having a crack. Not every day, but I'm having a crack. So I just want to let you know that Australia's here. And thank you to Steph. Thank you to Sean. Thank you to all the upline in America. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you, Aaron, for sharing that. Guys, just really think about this. There's so much bad out in the world going on today. We all know this, right? So it's like basically, you know, the devil is trying to make us think negative about little stuff like that. Whenever I wake up in the morning and I'm driving down the street to go to the gym in the morning, and I see a homeless person, you know, sleeping under a bridge, and I'm like, wow, we're blessed, you know. I could be under the bridge, you know. So with us doing all of this good stuff out here, there's going to be some challenges. There's going to be some roadblocks. But I promise you, we, all of us together, united, will change a lot of people's lives out here and millions of people's lives, because we will be that legacy company. If I didn't believe that a single bit, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have left my career to be here and help you guys build your business so we can go out here and impact the world. With that being said, Vincent, you back out there right now?
I'm here, buddy. I'm sorry for not being able to hop on earlier.
No, I think it's a perfect timing. How you came into this business. Can you kind of share why you came into this business, 4 or 5 months ago, and what state of mind you were in that I didn't even know until months later And this goes in alignment with what we're talking about today.
How transparent do you want me to be?
No, I mean, just tell the truth, because I mean, tell the truth where you were and how I didn't know you were there. And I just reached out to you and I was like, hey, I just want to help you, share it.
So guys, I came from another company. Some of y'all know what that means. Some of y'all are so new, y'all don't. But I'll be honest. I mean, just as far as the industry itself, network marketing, I've been doing this for 14 years. I was 9 years with one company, 1 year with another, and then this one. I've always been drawn to this industry. I've had some good ups. I've had some bad downs. And anyways, Ricky and I made friends in the other company, and I saw him come over here. And at that time, I wasn't doing that well. You know what I mean? For one, in that other company, but really just in life. I was struggling financially. I was struggling with addictions. And when I say struggling financially, I mean like to the point of like losing my home, struggling financially and whatnot. And Ricky was a true friend to me and said, hey man, I think that this is something that can help you. And he didn't even realize how much I needed help. He just thought, hey man, if you're struggling financially, I'll help you make some money. He didn't realize that he was literally throwing me a lifeline. And the friendships that I've made over here and the opportunity that we have our hands on, like literally guys, y'all might think sometimes that you're just offering somebody dose and some happy coffee and a chance to, have a good product or, help them create some income. You have no idea that the person that you're offering it to, you literally might be saving their life. Because for me, that's what this was. This was a lifesaver. I mean, yeah, I'm making some money over here. And yeah, I'm taking a healthy product. If it wasn't for Ricky Durant reaching out to me, if it wasn't for this business family that I'm now a part of, and if it wasn't for y'all loving on me, despite it all, and watching me, even while I was dorking up, showing me some grace and wrapping your arms around me, man, and allowing me to come in, we got our hands on something a whole lot more special than helping people make money and drink coffee. So I appreciate you, Ricky.
No, thank you for sharing, Vincent. That's why we're here, guys. I mean, stuff like this. And don't let a day go by that you don't help somebody or that you're kind to somebody. Today, as I got into the gym, it really drove me nuts, like to the point where I couldn't even work out. Because as I was coming into the gym, I saw a gentleman. And just because of that gentleman being a different color, okay, this other person passes by them knowing they need help because they're carrying their kid, 2 cases of water, a case of Gatorade, and just didn't even open the door. How rude is that? Why would people do that? Be nice to everybody out there. Go impact other people's lives every single day because you do not know if you're going to be here tomorrow. You don't know if that person's going to be here tomorrow. Do not live with regret. Live every single day like it's your last one. You guys have a good night. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. That was awesome. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Good night, guys. Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.
No,
I gotta go on
Very much.
for volume is because that's only like